Today we're going to be re-enabling our Drew mode here in Europa Universalis IV, and we're going to answer a simple question. What if Prussia existed in 1444 in EU4? With the mission tree that was introduced in the 1.30 patch alongside the Emperor DLC, Prussia got quite a big buff, with an incredibly powerful mission tree that they will unlock if they can form Germany. And one thing that I've really been considering is doing a little bit of this observe sort of style in Hearts of Iron 4. So if you guys would like that, please make sure you comment below and let me know what sort of scenarios you'd like to see in that. Hoi 4 is a great game. There's people who want to see content from it. I will happily make it. And before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it, please make sure to support by leaving a like on the video. It really does help out a lot. And if you aren't already, consider subscribing because only about a quarter of you guys watching are actually subscribed for weekly fun content like this. Before anybody asks, this is a mod called the Minimalist Map Mod, and I've changed around a couple of settings to make it look kind of prettier the way that I like it. If you like it, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll upload it to the workshop for those who are interested in using it. But we do have Prussia here. You can see they've got decent borders, kind of weird. It's hard to kind of match up the borders with Prussia. It's really hard to translate what real life borders look like, especially in the Holy Roman Empire, into EU4, but I did what I could. They are also Protestant, and all of their provinces are Protestant. They do indeed have the Prussian monarchy, and I maxed out their militarization for them, as well as maxed out the Brandenburg Gate. We're just going to unpause and see what kind of craziness Prussia can get into. So let's speed 5 it and unpause. But before we get too far, I am curious, what kind of shenanigans do you expect? Do you think Prussia will form Germany? Do you think Prussia will get too big too fast and get coalitioned? I'm curious, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below the video. We have our first war. Prussia has declared war on Lüneburg for the conquest of Lüneburg. They do have the Prussian mission tree, which is quite strong, so there's definitely a bit of conquest involved in that. And the aftermath of the first war is 2 provinces cored up for Prussia. Back to war, this time with Brunswick attacking them. It looks like they have actually vassalized Anhalt, and it certainly looks like they'll at least touch up their borders between the Rhineland and Prussia proper. Well, they didn't annex Brunswick, but they've already got quite a few people irritated with them. Their aggressive expansion is already all the way up to 50 with a few of these guys. Next up, looks like a round 2 with Lüneburg, so we'll see if they annex them. Also, they're guaranteeing Bohemia, which I thought was kind of funny. And they cannot become the emperor because they are a heretic prince, so they are not eligible currently. And it certainly seems that the militarist Friedrich Wilhelm is going for it because he is attacking these guys. He attacked Bremen, but it seems that Bremen lost their free city status because they pushed over into here. So, yeah, looks like it might work out pretty well for them. Good opportunistic attack by the AI. I'm actually impressed. But because the AI is the AI, they pieced out and just took money and didn't take any land at all. It would appear that Prussia has indeed touched up their borders. Their name is now bigger, which means they are now winning more than they were before. And on a side note, it looks like Ottomans have attacked Austria-Hungary. So we'll see how that goes for them. And Ming is having their inaugural war against Oirat, trying to force some tribute from them. And it appears that Castile has got the Iberian wedding. As far as Poland goes, it appears that they also took the Jagiellon. So all around, going to be some nice power blocks that Prussia will have to work through if they do decide to get big and strong. They're already rocking over 50,000 units, which is more than the Emperor, so they're doing good so far. Hey, I think I've seen this name here before. Didn't really know he was a navigator, but, we'll take that. Regardless, these guys have absolutely been popping off over here. I think they're working through their mission tree quite quickly. You can see here, they just need one more province and they'll have the Duchy of Cleves giving them more claims. It does look like they lost Leipzig here in a war, but they're being mega aggressive. They're actually at war right now to take Nassau, so looks like they're going to be pushing through their mission tree pretty quickly here. So who will rise to face the growing threat of a strong Prussia? Oh, here we go. So it looks like they force converted some people and it spawned centers of reformation. We have one here in Hanover. I did not know that's how it worked. Whenever I originally converted them, it did spawn one, but then I just deleted it. I don't know. I guess we'll just leave it for a little bit of extra chaos, kind of see how it changes things. And it does look like the AI is doing a pretty good job about keeping their militarization up. I haven't hit the button a single time aside from the opening. It does appear that the AI will indeed invest in keeping this number high. Until they get technology that's going to give them governing capacity, they're going to be struggling because they're going to be over a ton, basically the whole game. And this is even after I gave them all 3 of these guys with the estates. Oh no, they took it. They've got more claims down here now. Well, I wonder what's going on over here. Oh my goodness gracious. We've got an auto blob that is being auto blobby. Hungary has been reduced to just a little bit of clay over here, getting split between Poland, the Ottomans, Venice going in for a few bites, and Transylvania being independent, but not for long. The unholy union is upon us. They are allied to the Ottomans as well as Sweden. I believe they're allied to Sweden because they supported them in their independence war. So yeah, safe to say Prussia is not really going to have much issues, especially with a coalition. Though I don't really think they need to have worries about a coalition because most of the people that could join already have a truce with them. France is just doing everything they can to grow while not fighting Prussia. But they are fighting Prussia now. Big war going on. This is the one we've been waiting for. At least I've been waiting for it. 163 versus 180 Prussians in 52,000. Prussia went eco-offensive trade quantity. And oh my gosh. Prussia is a junior partner of Sweden under a Rurikovich, bro. Before we started this, what was your guys' guess as to what would happen with Prussia? Because I can't say that I would have thought that they would become a junior partner of Sweden. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, Prussia is no longer a vassal under Sweden. It is now allied to Spain, who controls a large chunk of the New World, though it looks like they have to deal with this stupid Hellenic tribe of Isleta Federation. British Columbia, Portuguese Brazil, Rio de Prata, Portuguese Colombia as well. Morocco slowly migrating into the Sahel. Also, I think it's funny that Ethiopia's name is over here. Ottomans absolutely popping off, though they're letting the Mamluks hang out over here in this Aqaba. A wild Persia has appeared. Very cool. You always love to see that. And speaking of that, it looks like Timmy is just gone. Just completely gone. Disappeared. Russia is having an absolutely baller game, all the way down to Vladivostok and in northern China as well. Very cool. Japan has been united for the most part. Just this island down here needs to be wrapped up. And it looks like Malacca has taken over most of Southeast Asia and Indonesia. Gujarat, Delhi, Vijay, and Bengal have split up India as well as Burma. And it finally happened. We do have a Germany, looking pretty good. Meanwhile, Russia is over here absolutely popping off well into northern China. Germany has some truces with France and Sweden, so it looks like they've taken some provinces from them recently. France has had a bite taken out of them by Spain, who is allied to Germany, but Spain's got a few loans, so I don't really know how good of an ally they would actually be. Yeah, their debt is definitely going to hold them back from helping Germany do anything useful. These guys changed their color and their name. They're also now Jewish, which is really cool. I love to see a little bit of Jewish representation in the New World. I actually really love the fact that these Muisca are over here, because if you guys don't know, the Muisca are the native tribe of Colombia. They're from like this area here. So they actually got migrated up here, which is hilarious. Persia is just sitting still, hoping that it doesn't get noticed and eaten by the Ottomans. And the Ottomans have a lot of troops, but not so many compared to Germany. Then you got France over here with absolute just pocket change compared to the rest of them. Even Sweden is comparable to France, which is crazy. Great Britain is doing pretty well also. The Kaiserreich. And they're managing their governing capacity well, which is good. Idea groups, they took quantity, then admin, then espionage. So they're spying. Very, very sneaky spies. The Gestapo getting an early start here. Turns out that Germany indeed did not fall. In fact, they did pretty good, I think. They even took a bit of clay over here in Italy, which I think is pretty good. They finished with a massive war against France. The Ottomans got dismantled a bit. At one point I looked and there was a full-on Greece, like Greece covered all of this, and then Bulgaria invaded them. Go figure, Bulgarians wanting Greek clay. Nothing new there. But you also had a pretty strong Serbia, who is obviously getting beaten now, because the Ottomans are still the Ottomans, you can't forget that. Persia had a resurgence, though, pushed into a lot of the Ottomans' lands. Russia was split between Germany and Transoxiana. Taking a look at the great powers, you're going to see a couple of strange things here that maybe you didn't expect. But look at this. Bengal, number 3, and Muisca, number 4. Bengal ate half of China and India and all of Southeast Asia with those perfect borders. So I respect that. I respect that a lot. Mutapa ate the entirety of the east coast of Africa, and Muisca definitely returned to Colombia. As I said before, they are a native Colombian tribe. But then when you zoom out, you can see they've got a little bit more land than just Colombia. And Germany decided to go with economic hegemon rather than military. Not quite how I would have LARPed them, but, you know, I think I'll allow it. They are quite wealthy, goodness gracious, netting 1.23k per month. So yeah, safe to say the German war machine has some funding. Looking at religions, nothing too surprising here. Protestants for Germany, Anglican for Britain, Catholic for Spain, Orthodox in the Balkans, Sunni and Shia over here. It does look like Bengal actually converted quite a bit of the Buddhists over here in Southeast Asia, and some Orthodox over here in Korea. That's pretty interesting. Looking at the cultures of the New World, it definitely was that Iberian took over most of it and then was conquered by the natives. So that's pretty funny and poetic in a way. They brought the smallpox blankets, but then they gave them right back to them as a gift. You can't out-trick a trickster, they said. That was just a short little fun video for you guys. I had a lot of fun making it. If you guys have any sort of other scenarios that you think you'd like to see, or as I've done in the past, mods that will change the game and we can observe that, I'm happy to oblige, so leave them in the comments below. If you want to join my subreddit, my Discord, or follow me on my Twitter, you can check those all out, linked in the description. And if you want early access to all of these videos, you can support me for as little as $1 a month on Patreon. It really does go a long way. But until next time, stay chill.